Yep, believe me or not, this boss took me 2 days to beat. So I've been playing BloodBorne for the last few days and I have really enjoyed it. I mean, it's kind of addictive, but after beating Sekiro and Elden Ring, I honestly thought BloodBorne would be a breeze. Ooh! भाई ये क्या था? It was definitely not. So in the last 2 episodes, I beat the Cleric Beast and Vicar Amelia. They got it? Oh! Oh! The 2 main bosses I had faced so far, and today it was finally time to take a trip through the Forbidden Woods. But before I could even get there, I had to figure out a way where the entrance was, and let me tell you, it was not easy. अरे मारी वापस आते ही लेकिन ओए अरे It took me about 2 hours just to find the door that leads into the forest. And in those 2 hours, I checked every nook and cranny, but I still couldn't find a way into the next area. But while I was on my quest to find my next victim, I ran into a really nice lady named Ariana, and being the kind gentleman that I am, I gave her the location of her safe hideout in the cathedral. And now, she loves me. Yep, she loves me so much that she literally gave me her blood whenever I need to heal. I mean, if this isn't love, then what is? Eventually, I figured it all out. I headed over to my boy Alfred, said hi to him and took the staircase right beside him. And at the bottom I found a mysterious door, and behind it was a gentleman that asked me for a password. Luckily, after beating Vicar Amelia in the last episode, I had already figured out the password, so I confidently said it. And just like that, the gates to the Forbidden Woods were finally open. I finally stepped into the Forbidden Woods, and to my surprise, the enemies were way stronger than the ones above ground. Even the birds were built like hitmen. But guess what? My dumbass didn't even die to the enemies. I died to the gravity. अरे यार. Yep, classic. Also, why does every Souls games have to include either an underground area or some annoying swamp that absolutely nobody enjoys? As I wandered through the swamp, I found these creepy looking dead grannies. At first they seemed pretty harmless, they barely moved, could hardly attack, and honestly they looked like they were just minding their own business. So naturally I left them alone. And after satisfying my bloodlust, I kept moving deeper into the forest. And then someone launched what felt like a damn mortar at me. Ooh! भाई ये क्या था? Like, that was the absolute last thing I was expecting to happen in a forest like this. After making the long walk back, I hunted down the guy who blew me up and continued on my journey. A little farther ahead, I found a really chill looking dude walking down some stairs. He looked completely normal until his head suddenly exploded and snakes started crawling out of his damn neck. But then I decided to put the guy out of his misery. Rest in peace, Mr. Snake. Yeah, I named him Mr. Snake because, you know, he had snakes coming out of his head and, no? Oh, okay. A little farther ahead, I spotted another one of his species. ओए यार, skip भी करते हैं इसको. After what I had just witnessed, I wasn't about to fight him again. I was already traumatized enough. Then I came across an elevator. I looked at it and thought, "Oi, nice, very nice." Probably not important. Yep, future me is going to regret that decision. Because the next time I die, I'm going to spend 10 minutes sprinting all the way back here, only to realize that this elevator would have saved me from doing the entire run again. And then, the real Forbidden Woods began. And the snakes. There were so many snakes. I somehow managed to fight my way through them and even found some kind of rune. I don't even know what it does, and I really don't want to know right now what it does. But hey, it's in the inventory now. Getting through this place was an absolute nightmare. These snakes would spit poison at me from distances that honestly shouldn't even be legal. I swear this forest is so much bigger on the inside Every time I came back, I'd somehow discover an entirely new path. Then, out of nowhere, I found aliens in a forest. Sure, Bloodborne makes perfect sense. As if that wasn't enough, I stumbled across two big giant pigs. I looked at them, they looked at me, and I just ran past them and kept moving. And I decided today was not the day I was gonna get scared from these two pigs. And after all that, after hours of getting lost, after hours of dying to snakes, after falling off of cliffs, I finally found the boss. Well, I found the bosses actually, because apparently one boss wasn't enough.
The fuck?
There were three of them waiting for me. The moment the fight started, they all rushed at me at once. One had a giant katana and a candle in his hand. Another one kept throwing fireballs at me like he was auditioning for Harry Potter. And the third one, he just wouldn't leave me alone. I spent more time running around the arena than actually fighting. Every time I thought I had a chance to heal, a fireball would hit me from across the map.
Oh, yaar.
Or one of them would just stab me in the back. And most of the times I just kept rolling into their attacks.
Fuck!
It was basically a coordinated bullying session. I died again and again and again. After getting absolutely destroyed for what felt like the thousandth time, I figured maybe, just maybe, the problem wasn't the boss. It was me. So I went back to the hunter's dream and decided it was finally time to stop pretending that my stats didn't matter. I did so much grinding, I collected so many blood echoes from killing all the enemies, and I dumped it all into strength. So I came up with a strategy. I decided to take out the fireball guy first because he was attacking me from range, and I figured getting rid of him would make the fight much easier, and honestly it worked, for a few attempts at least. I was actually able to kill him pretty quickly. The problem was I couldn't finish off the other two. Those guys were way too fast for me at that time. And then I realized something that completely changed how I approached the fight. I didn't know that once one of them gets really low on health, the other starts their second phase too. So if I killed one too quickly, I basically had to deal with the second phase while the other were still at almost full health. And that was not happening. So I changed my strategy. Instead of killing one guy completely, I started damaging all of them three equally. That way, when they entered the second phase, none of them would have a massive health advantage. But since my first plan wasn't working really good, I decided to do something completely different. I went for the fast guy first. I figured I could manage the fireball guy and the candle guy at the same time, and somehow it started working. I got closer and closer with every attempt until finally I had him. His health was almost gone, my health was almost gone. We were basically in a one shot situation. Whoever shoots first wins. So I aimed, I shot, and he dodged. I shot again and again and again, but he dodged every single time. And now I was panicking. I became way too hesitant because I knew one mistake meant death. And then he pulled out the snakes. I tried to dodge, but I was too slow, and just like that, I died. I just sat there, staring at the screen. That was my last attempt of the day. I had been fighting these guys for almost 3 hours now. 3 hours. And after getting that close, I had nothing left. So I called it a night. But tomorrow, I came back for revenge.
चलो भाई. ओ भैन दा लोड़ा